Hey, this is Travis and welcome to Handcrafted Overlanding. Today, I'm going to install some running boards onto the Ram. So, I bought these from a company called Tyger, and if you look at the packing, it is just in there great. There's no movement, at least none that matters. And yeah, let's get these unwrapped. So these are the running boards that I ended up picking up. Packaging was fantastic. Could barely get it out with any, discernible speed. You can see lines up pretty well with the truck. So let's go take a look at the hardware. Still need to unpack the other one, but so here's all the hardware to mount this up. You can see I split it to one side and the other. We have these pieces that go inside the roll pan of the cab. We have 8mm bolts with 2 washers on them and nylock nuts. We have regular old split ring washers with flat washers on 8mm. We have regular old nuts with split ring washers and flat washers. Those go onto these studs. Then we have 6mm with 2 washers and a nylock. And you can see all the hardware's here. There's also 6 other 8mm. These are for the cabs that have threaded inserts in them. The 2020s do not. So let's get underneath the truck and start trying to get these in. So here's one of the mount points for the hardware, and we'll show you how we get that bolt in. But we have tape covered here, and you see no threaded inserts. So let's try to get that thing in. How about it? See if we can get you in a good position to watch. How's that? Well, you may not be able to see this very well because of the backlight, but I'll check later, and if we can't, then hopefully I'll catch one of the other ones. So apparently the mode to get this installed, you take this guy, you thread in a bolt until it's flush, bring this in through here, we're supposed to be able to get this right like that before we pull anything. Slide that on. Retain it. Probably gonna regret threading that on all the way, but you should be able to rotate it just down like this, thread it in like that. All right, I'm gonna get the other 2 installed on this side, and then we'll come right back. So we have 1, 2, 3 installed. So don't check the instructions. These little plastic retainers stay on. So next step is going to be pulling these bolts off on all 3 of them, then lifting up the slip side, mounting it on, putting the bolt on these to retain them still, make sure they don't get pushed through, and then drop this bolt through. This would be a lot easier with than just one person, but if I wasn't doing this on a Tuesday, then maybe I could have a friend help. But all right, let's see what happens. Lost up here. Now we're going to go ahead and put the next bolt in to hold it. Unfortunately, you can't see from that angle, so I apologize. over here. He's probably better than mine. Alright, so we'll need to do pivot it, get it threaded. Oops, guess I didn't get it. Right there. All right. We don't need that lock washer, do we? I found it. Might as well put it on. What's I done? No, it's not. Next part is support. Bolt this to here, bolt it to here. This actually goes on the inside like that. This is where the 6mm bolts come into play. Those. Okay, so you may have noticed that things have changed a little bit around. It's because I figured out that I installed the wrong side on the wrong side of the truck. I'll show you how I figured that out later. But now it's time to tighten all this stuff down. Now the instructions don't clearly state where you should start, how you should be tightening down, what pattern or anything like that. So my guess is going to be we're going to tighten down the bolts against the cab up here first, bolts here second, and here third to finally pinch it all up. So let's get to it. Now, we don't want to tighten these down so tight that we break the bolts. So find that right time pressure. I think the instructions say 35 foot-pounds. Felt like 35 foot-pounds to me. Now these big ones up top are 13mm. These are also 13mm, these ones. These here are 10mm. Now the ones that are not against the cab that I'm currently working on have free spinning bolts on the other side. So you're gonna need at least one socket and at least one crescent wrench. I highly recommend against adjustable wrenches. You're just gonna wrench your bolts off. Alright, now I'm going to go for these 8mm that are by my gut. I do apologize for any crackage. Well, happens when you're a big guy. Thankfully, the height of this truck, I didn't have to jack it up, so There are small things in there. Oops. I believe these 6mm were supposed to be tightened to 8 to 10 foot-pounds of torque. Get snug. Well, that's the center one on that one. Pretty sturdy so far. Let's go ahead and get these other two done. You love just staring at my arm. See if you can get a better view. Oh, I thought you were just going to be staring at the back of my hand now. Believe it or not, the heat's actually kind of helping with those cramps. These boards are hot. Almost there. Alright, so there's the driver's side installed. So how did I figure out that the first one was the wrong side? I'm sure you guys already figured it out. You can tell there's a smaller gap here than there is over here. Now the other way will still work. Put your step right in line with your seat, which is, yeah, doesn't really work very well. But those are going to work more than well enough. They do not move, and I'm a 400-pound guy. I can make stuff move. All right, well, time to tackle the other side. You don't want to watch me do that. You just want to watch the end result, huh? Alright, what I will show you is the initial bolt installation, as retainer bolts installation. Again, from here, because we actually might be able to see it a little bit better, won't be washed out quite as much as the other side. Got this, got the bolt, and of course, thread them together. And the instructions say come flush with here. That works fine. So what we'll do is we're going to put this in like so. Oh, this is going to be a little bit more challenging on the other side. So let's drop it in like so. Spoke too soon. I'm just going to spin this around in here like so. Hold that retainer in like so. Plastic hold retainer piece. Well, goes on, doesn't spin off, but you get the idea. Let's try this again. Alright, we'll push that all the way flat. And there you go. That's hopefully a better view of how to install those. Alright guys, we got the passenger side on. As you can see, it looks almost identical to the driver's side. Well, it's not a hard process. It took me about 2 hours to get these taken care of. That's mostly because I dropped that bolt inside the cab, or inside the rocker panel. If I hadn't done that, these would have been done in probably under an hour. So, learn from my mistakes, don't repeat them. Just keep on going and have a great day, everybody.